Kai ni de bao. That is supposed to be Chinese for open your bag. I say that because this is a van that's used by the Hong Kong Customs Department. And I think it was my viewer Platinum Nath that mentioned this brand a long time ago, HHQ, and so this is my very first one. They're really hard to find, so if you're new to collecting these cartoon cars, just a warning for you. Not easy to find this brand. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a date on the bottom of this thing, so I really have no idea how old this Mercedes is. It looks like an early 2000s Mercedes, but anyways, looking at this packaging, I am not sure why this crystal case is this tall, unless there's some sort of really tall vehicle that they came out with, maybe like a satellite TV van or something. Well, anyways, let's get this thing going. So there's an image of, I assume that's Hong Kong back there. I think it is. I don't remember. I haven't been there in a long time. Okay, well, it says Hing Toys, and it says 2018 on this box. So that's what HHQ is, Hing. Although I don't know what the Q would be. Oh, probably for cute car or something like that, like choro-q. Alright, well, I'm piecing this together slowly, guys. I'm not a detective. Alright, so naturally we got this tape here. Two pieces of tape on this side. Boy. So, just looking at the construction of this base, it seems to be designed to stack up on another box. So, yeah. So that's well designed. Maybe they just made the base so tall so you could see the top of the vehicle if you have another model on top of it. That might be a reason. But I don't use those display boxes really. Alright, so let's take a look at this. And I gotta say, this is a good cartoon representation of this photograph. I mean, this air conditioning unit or whatever is pretty spot on, I think. It's got the light there in the back. So I think that looks good. Here's a lower view. The graphics do match up. Alright. Okay, so let's see what else is going on in this guy. So the graphics are all tampo printed, they're not decal, so that's nice. Huh, that tape broke the tip of this thing off. Okay, the wheels are great because they're specifically molded to look like, you know, commercial truck wheels. They don't look like car wheels. Although, well, I guess that kind of looks like that front wheel of the photograph. I don't know about the back, though. That's not really matching up. Okay. Well, you got some black paint, and is that clear? Yeah, zoom in on that. I mean, that... I don't know if that's paint or what. It's so small. I mean, look at my finger, right? With paint residue on it. But it's almost like that looks clear to me. As if it's a clear marker. I think it is. The light's moving around in it. So, that's nice. Same here. What's going on? Possibly this whole body is clear? And then well, I don't know. It's weird, but it looks good. Door handles are raised a tiny bit, painted black. The window molding has black paint, so that's good. Well, I guess there's a slight ridge there. There's definitely a ridge there, so this is molded detail and paint detail. These mirrors, very rigid. They're gonna break if you drop this model. Some silver paint in there. The taillights here, I think that's clear, right? Yeah, there's a light shifting around in there, so that's a nice taillight. This might be the first cartoon vehicle that has clear lenses for the taillights. Tiny Qs tend to be painted. I thought those were the best, but now this might be the best as far as those details go. Alright, also realistic details of the real license plate. So we got some bumps here, bump stops, door handle, this center thing. Now what's missing is the Mercedes logo, so this is probably not licensed by Mercedes. You can see 3 rear-facing seats there. I gotta say, these windows are relatively clear considering the body is molded. They're clearer than most realistic-looking 164s. Okay. So yeah, the air conditioning here, nice silver paint up there, a bunch of rivet marks, and then this is silver here. Nice thick translucent light, little sunroof detail. No indication of wiper blades, but they're pretty well hidden on the real car, so raised, well, ridges there, painted black. Nice detail on the inside there, that dashboard and the steering wheel, even though the door is that short. Some sort of probably Hong Kong police crest or something. Now the headlights are interesting as well. They are clear plastic, but there's clearly a light bucket behind it. So maybe this silver light bucket is part of the base or something, but it's dimensional. You can see the white paint there. And even the lens cover has a little black rubber molding detail painted on. Fog lights are painted silver. 2 license plates up front on this one. Some maybe some police lights or something there. But again, a big omission is a Mercedes star. It definitely belongs there. Okay, and the Mercedes thing there. But oh well, if they can't get the licensing, they can't do it. So on the bottom of this it says 2019. So this is relatively new. Why is it so hard to find then? Strange. Alright, the tires obviously have some ribbing. They are soft and rubbery because this is a wind-up toy, I imagine, like a choro-q. Whoa, very slow there. So this motor is spent. I'm gonna wind it up. I think its motor's broken. Yep. With no weight, the thing sounds like it's screaming, but you clearly saw it doesn't want to roll. Alright, there is the motor right there. It looks the same size as a choro-q, so if you have choro-qs you could swap it out, but I don't really play with these things anyway, so I don't care. So, one last thing I'm noticing is the riding stance is quite good. It's actually lower than it should be. This is more like a sports car, racing car stance than a van. But I like it this way anyway, so I'm good with it. So there's really nothing for me to modify or complain about. Ideally, the Mercedes stars are missing, but again, legally, I think Hing Toys there wants to probably stick around, and so they're, not just cranking out illegally licensed vehicles in toy form. Alright. Uh-oh. There we go. Bad switch, I think, on that cheap spin thing, as it scrapes my monitor. I don't have a Mercedes van in 1/64, but for some size comparisons, I'm going to pull out this 1/69 scale majorette high ace, which is, a similar type of van in real life, but that's 1/69 scale. And let's see, I have a old Land Cruiser from Tamika Limited Vintage, which is 1/64 scale. But those old classic trucks are small, so here's a green light. It's a Ford Explorer police vehicle, and so naturally that's more realistic, I think. So that would be a realistic comparison to 1/64 scale. I think width-wise, this is actually quite similar. Even height-wise, it's probably quite similar to that type of Mercedes van. It's just the length is quite squished. So that's what's going on with this style of deformation. So let's pull out a couple of cartoony vans now. We'll start with some old school stuff. We have a Volkswagen T2 van. Then we have a police van that is a Renault Kangoo. This is from choro-q 0. And then we have a Nissan NV350. This is a school bus van. And then the last one is a Tiny Q. And note that this Toyota Hiace has painted on rear taillights. So the lights look good on this red Tiny Q, but they are painted. They're not, translucent. But it does have clear headlights with separate light buckets, whereas the choro-qs are just silver paint, like a Hot Wheels kind of thing. So actually, let me put these two next to each other because they're the best brands, it seems, in cartoon form. So the overall length of the Tiny Q is much more compressed, I think. Well, it's hard to say because the door of this is so short. It's much shorter than the door on this high ace. So maybe this is a pretty good cartoon form. I think maybe it's just because the real Mercedes van is so long that this doesn't look very cartoony. At least compared to, I think this looks much more cartoonish to me, but leave a comment. What do you guys think? Alright, well, I think it still deserves a chance to spin on its own. On its own little dedicated coaster. And I guess we'll get a cartoon character out as well. This is the Star Wars Executioner, enforcing laws in the realm of space cartoons. Well, in summary, the clear taillights make this, I think, the nicest choro-q thing I've ever seen outside of a resin. You know, just a regular production type of toy. This one's got the plastic lights front and back, so, and then a whole bunch of other details. The fact that the side mirrors are on there as well. Most choro-qs don't come with side mirrors. So, I like it. I only wish I could find more of them. It was hard enough for me to track this one down. But, I even checked out the Hing Toys website. There's not much information there. Okay, well, if anyone knows a source to get some of these other ones, other than eBay that is, please let me know. They're not on eBay often, or AliExpress. Not inexpensively, at least. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you the next time I hopefully get another one of these HHQs. Alright, bye.